My first knowledge of joint enterprise, it was last August. My son was celebrating his 22nd birthday. I get a phone call to say he's been arrested. So basically, he was charged with joint enterprise murder. His friend went into a flat, his girlfriend's flat, and found her in bed with another man. He stabbed him, and he died. Yeah. So obviously, I have to be mindful there is obviously someone who's died here, and I feel absolutely terrible of what's happened. But I also feel for my son because he hasn't done anything. They say he encouraged and assisted, and now he showed a message from his girlfriend, showed his friend a message saying they'd seen his girlfriend in town with another boy. That is their encouragement. Right, but who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't show?
Of course,
I would.
I would be shocked if you didn't do that.
I'd show my friend and say, "Look what I found out." So they said, so obviously they've said, "I'll just keep an eye, see what she's doing." So they've said that they're like trying to keep tabs. It wasn't the case. The prosecution have said they cut the night short, rushed home, rushed to the flat to basically commit murder. And it was proven all in court that didn't happen. There was CCTV. There was phone records saying they went back to his flat. They chilled. They went into town. They were seen on the police body cameras in town, just hanging around. They have gone to the flat. They've tried, from what they've said, they've tried to get in, like buzz her up because he wanted to find out what was going on. But there was no answer at the flat. So he had a key to the flat. So he's gone back. The boy who committed the murder went back to get the key. My son's waited there because he felt a bit sick and he couldn't bother to go back. So what they're saying then is that he was like, he kept watch while he went to get a knife. This is what they're saying. There's no evidence that he went and got a knife. I'm not saying he didn't get a knife. I don't know. We don't know where this knife came from, right? So they're basically saying that he went to get a key and he went to get a knife, and my son knew about this. Now they've walked into the flat. No one's even seen this knife. No one's seen it. He got a cab. They used their cards on the cabs. They weren't covered in dark clothes. They were just normal boys just trying to sort of find out. So it doesn't look like they had any intent. There was no. Where is the intent? There was none. They were buzzing the flats and got let in by a neighbour. The neighbours saw them. They said, "I'm really sorry to wake you up at this time in the morning." Obviously, he's opened the door, gone in. They've started fighting. The girl that was there has said that my son didn't touch him, didn't assist the boy to do what he did, and that he was trying to get his friend to leave. And she specifically said that in court. He tried to get him to leave the flat when they were fighting. So my son left. He was seen by a neighbour downstairs. He went, "I'm having nothing to do with this. It's a domestic." He left the building. Obviously, the boys stabbed this boy. It was quite a lot of times. His defence is that they were fighting, and that he didn't realise he was stabbing him as much as he was. The girl said that wasn't the case.
Yeah,
the girl said that. Yeah, I mean, the girl said that he went in there and just stabbed. So there's two different stories, but they both said my son was not part of it and didn't have any knowledge that this was going to happen. So obviously, because he's left, his friends caught him up. There's witnesses that have said someone say, "What happened?" That was my son. Because they've seen him come out covered in blood. Also, someone's seen them arguing, and they're arguing because my son's like, "What the hell have you done?" Do you know what I mean? So that was the arguing. Someone else heard my son say, "Why have you got me into this situation?" Now, as far as I'm concerned, all of this, what you hear, how are you finding my son guilty of murder?
And this was all presented.
This is all in court.